Welcome back. So I'm out today on another Peak District adventure, but today's video is going to be slightly different. I'm going to bring you right up to speed with how my wild camping preparations are going. So anyone who watched my first video a few weeks ago now, where I did a bit of tent pitching practice for you all to laugh at, I think we named the video A Wally Goes Wild Camping. Well, today's going to be part 2. I've got some new gear that I'm going to show you that I've bought since that last video, and I'll bring you right up to speed with how my wild camping preparations are going. And as a double bonus, I'll actually take you and show you some of this walk that I'm on today, one of the Peak District's finest, around Eyam Moor, Moor, Abney Moor, to name but a few. I'll catch up with you along the trail. So one of the reasons I really like this walk is you get some great views. Already we've got a view there of Higator, Upper Burbage, and the massive Stanage Edge across there. There'll be some even better views of the Peak District as we get a little bit further around the walk. So I'm just making my way alongside the path that runs beneath Moor. I can see Hathersage, Bamford Edge over to my right, Wyn Hill in the distance too. Now, stop me if I've already told you this, but part of today's walk is around training for my first wild camp. So I've got pretty much a fully laden backpack, minus a sleeping bag and one or two other bits, but it's a lot heavier than what I'm used to carrying. So I need to start preparing the body for obviously slightly longer walks when I do start wild camping. I have got trekking poles in the bag. For some bizarre reason I'm not using them. Stupid me. Actually, it's not a bizarre reason, it's because I'm an idiot. I've got old Clough up there. Don't you just love a good Clough? Not quite in the league of Grindsbrook, but still be good fun trying to make your way to the top. But I'm going that way. Right, so I finally found somewhere to stop for lunch. So I'll show you some of the kit I've bought as promised. So the first thing I've invested in is a stove, a jet boil. I think this one's called the Micro Mo. I might be wrong. I'll put it on screen if it's called something else. I thought I'd get a jet boil because that'll stand me in good stead whether I stick to wild camping or not. I can obviously have hot meals now on day walks in the winter if needs be. Right, I will get it set up and I'll have a go at cooking something with it. I've actually bought one of these adventure foods to try. Spicy pork noodles. At £4 odd a pop, I'm expecting cordon bleu, Gordon Ramsay-esque cuisine here. So it takes about 15 minutes as well to rehydrate. So yeah, which I've got some other food to keep me going in the meantime. I've also bought, I think anyone who's watched Paul Messner's seen those, collapsible mugs there. And I've got a spork to eat my fire pot with, which I'll show you in a minute. So that's the spicy pork noodles finished. Quite tasty actually. Apologies if I've got any around my chin. Right, I'll show you what else I've bought. So I've also bought myself a sleeping mat. It's the Xped Sin Mat Ultralight. It's a 3-season one, this, I think it goes down to about 1 degree, which should be fine for getting me started. The rucksack, by the way, is not new. I bought that last year to walk the Cleveland way, so I carried a bit of extra gear on there with me. But that's it, yeah. So I've got a mat now, I've got a sleeping bag, big enough rucksack, stove, cooking utensils. All that's left now is I need to get a water filter and probably a table or stand of some description so I can plonk my food on when I'm in the tent at night. So I know this series is called A Wally Goes Wild Camping, but I was never going to set the sleeping mat up. I'd have looked an even bigger Wally than normal. No tent and a sleeping mat on the middle of a trail. But the kit's coming together quite nicely now. We'll have a chat a little bit later down the walk in terms of when I'm expecting to do my very first wild camp. But I've got about another 4 or 5 miles back to the car, so enjoy some of the rest of the walk with me. So I'm going to have a walk through Bretton Clough today. Just walked past a place called Oaks Farm. I've no idea why this part of the Peak District isn't that busy. There's some fantastic views all around. I mean, I decided in the end not to go over to Eyam Moor, just so I don't want to go too far today carrying all this extra weight. I mean, from there are spectacular views, which you can see on one of my old videos. I did that walk with my friend Simon. I think it was many months ago now, in the early days of having a YouTube channel. I think only about 3 people watched that one. But if you do want to see the views from Eyam Moor, etc., I'll put a link to that video in the description. So I'm just making my way through the stunningly beautiful Bretton Clough. It's so peaceful and tranquil. So I've hardly seen a soul on this route. So we'll carry on through Bretton Clough. It wouldn't be a visit to the Peak District without finding a trig point. So I'll go and find one of those before weaving back over into Eyam. Looks like we've got some weather coming in. Thankfully I've not got far to go to get back to the car now. So there's the trig. There's the wall and the barbed wire, unfortunately. I'd have to walk all the way back down there and back round to get to it, so we'll tick that one off another day. So welcome back. I'm almost at the end of today's wander. So if you came onto this video wanting an update on Wally Goes Wild Camping's progress, I hope you found that useful. The gear is coming together. In terms of my first wild camp, I mean it's April now, so I think it will probably be at some point in May. I go to the Lake District early June, so I want to get the wild camp done at some point before then. Obviously I want to get a little bit more tent pitching practice. I'm getting there with the tent now. I think I'll also wait for the weather to warm up a bit as well. My sleeping bag's a 3-season one. I wouldn't have wanted to be wild camping with that last night. It's bitterly cold at the moment. So if you came onto this video to see another Peak District walk, highly recommend you checking this one out. Some fantastic parts of the Peak District here. They're very quiet, and as always there'll be a link to the route map for today's walk in the video description. I think the walk will be about 12 miles by the time I get back to the car. I'm definitely feeling it a lot more than I would normally. Obviously, carrying all this extra weight on a walk with as many changes in elevation as this one's had, the legs are feeling it more than they would normally with a normal day pack on. Okay, thanks as always for watching. I'll catch up with you all on the next video, whenever that may be. Bye for now.